guys, welcome to BehindTheMaskPresents.com video review.
This is the Goose.
And the Riverman. And today we're going to be reviewing
Problem Child, starring everybody's favorite childhood ginger, Michael Oliver.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you call me, a ginger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And also John Ritter.
Oh, the late John Ritter, man. He was so amazing. Funny story, River and I, we always grew up holding him as the ideal figure for a father.
Yeah, father figure.
We're like, had we not had wonderful fathers our own, we would have thought, hey man, he would be the best dad if we had to pick him and Scott Bakula.
I don't know. Bakula. They go hand in hand. It's pretty.
Well, Scott Bakula would be the sexier dad.
Yeah. Oh god.
Right? Like the dad I want
to. Okay.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you've seen those Playgirl pictures, dude.
Back to the movie.
He got a 5-pound baked potato in his underwear.
Oh god.
Yeah, but anyway, John Ritter was always just your all-American nice guy. He was like Ward Cleaver on just, totally amped up. So, and you definitely get a piece of that with this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now, even if it is slightly exaggerated, but he was always kind of that character. Yeah. Whether you were watching 8 Simple Rules or even as Jack Tripper, he was kind of hoity-toity, So.
Even Bad Santa's later years.
Oh yeah, Bad Santa. Movie sucked, but
yeah,
not his fault.
But yeah, we're gonna be talking about Problem Child. Also, Michael Richards. You'll know him as Kramer from Seinfeld. Also makes an appearance.
Yeah, this is the only good thing he's done outside of Seinfeld, in my opinion. By the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely. Tell us about his character. Let's just get into the plot.
Let's do it. Okay, so basically we meet Junior. He's an orphan. He gets dropped off on people's random doorsteps because he's a bad baby. People don't want him, and then they obviously.
Who wants a ginger though? Really?
Oh God.
Sorry, just kidding.
Okay, they end up dropping him off at a orphanage with a bunch of nuns.
An orphanage. Proper grammar, folks.
Whatever. Okay, an orphanage where he, pays his dues. He works with the orphanage. He's the bad seed in the orphanage. He pisses off the nuns. They make him clean dishes and do chores and whatever he needs to do.
Not the nuns!
Not the nuns, yeah.
Yeah, basically, nobody wants this kid. He gets passed around. You feel sorry for him. You empathize with him a little bit. Even if he is a bad seed, he's doing all these things for a little love and attention. So, in a sense, John Ritter and him were made for each other because he's got a lot of love to give as he continues to tell Flo, right? Because so we go to their characters. Him and Flo, they find out they can't have children because, Flo's green thing is a brown thing. And she doesn't have like a uterus or something.
He doesn't have a uterus.
I don't know. And so he's convincing her to adopt. She wants a child for the pure social status of it all. She wants to be in the clique of the neighborhood, invited to the parties and the dinners and I don't get that. I never really want to socialize that much with my neighbors. But whatever. He convinces her to adopt. What does he say? It would be like shopping.
Yeah.
And then ding! She's all about it.
So they end up going to, try to get a kid from, adopt a kid. And Gilbert Godfrey is I don't know what you call him, like the adoption agency guy.
Yeah, I guess. He's wonderful. He's always funny when he's not annoying.
Yeah.
But, and, usually these things, and like in real life, there's a large waiting list. But, there's sort of a big pressure to get rid of Junior from
the orphanage.
The orphanage. The nuns can't stand him. He wreaks hell on everybody. So they're bumped right up, and they get their first pick at Junior. John Ritter opens, up completely to him from the get-go.
Hey, my name's Junior. My favorite color is blue. What's yours? Blue? My favorite color is blue, too. Hey!
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay. So, they take Junior home. What? You love
Nothing. Let's keep going.
Okay. They take Junior home, and he starts, wreaking havoc with the cat, and then he starts pulling pranks with John Ritter and Flo a little bit.
Well, especially Big Ben, John Ritter's father, who owns a big surplus store in the area,
Yeah, and, what's his name? Ritter ends up working for Big Ben, and he can't get up in the company because Big Ben's a big asshole, to say.
He sells his all-American company to the Japanese.
That's right.
Totally cuts him out of the will. Like he's not leaving him the company. Anyway, the only person at the end of this movie, by the end of this movie, that is in Junior's corner, and who would be, is John Ritter. God bless him. He's like American Dad.
Yeah.
Flo, his would-be mom, can't stand him.
His grandpa can't stand him.
That's probably his biggest enemy. You've adopted the devil.
That's right.
And things like that. But John Ritter sticks to him thick and thin. But the subplot to this story and the real meat of it is the fact that he has befriended the bow tie killer played by Michael Richards.
Mm-hmm.
He is sending him snail mail letters, in the pen, and he's under the impression that Junior, who he thinks is called JR, is a fellow convict like himself. And that when they get out together, they're gonna wreak some terrible havoc and get some kicks.
That's right.
Eat
smiley pies until they drop.
Okay. He gets out, he contacts him, soon finds out that he's a little child, a little redhead child.
It's like, I drove 2,000 miles to hang out with a 7-year-old.
Hey, I'll be 8 in 2 weeks! Stuff like that. He invites him over for dinner, right?
And then he pretends it's his Uncle Marty.
Yeah.
And then Flo gets off on this because she wants him to take Junior with him when he leaves.
Yeah, so she's trying to butter him up as much as she can.
And she ends up getting her roll buttered by Michael Richards.
Yeah, she was his little kumquat.
Yeah.
She thought they were going to run away together. Like, I thought you said it was your honeymoon! Yeah, shut up!
Something like that.
I don't know. Now, John Ritter's character, through the movie, thick and thin, wants to love this child, but there eventually is a turning point in his attitude towards Junior when things finally just build up and crack down for him. I think it's just through a bunch of series events, especially when he drives the station wagon through Big Ben's store, and he's basically just turning his life into a living hell. He finally cracks. He doesn't like Flo anymore either. He's sick of her garbage as well. She just treats him like garbage the whole movie. So does Big Ben. Anyway, we got to the dinner with Michael Richards. The next morning, he, in an attempt to get some cash, kidnaps Junior and Flo, and John Ritter could really give a damn.
No.
He's going nuts. He's had his little mental breakdown. Goodbye, Junior!
Yeah.
Woo! And then he goes through all the droids, like, goodbye, Flo! He's like, oh, you're musty. She pulls out, like, the Play Dude magazine with the knives. Like, whoa! And he's digging. There's a scene that's really emotional. He's digging through all the stuff, and he's digging through these, like, Playgirl magazines, and he comes across a picture in Junior's room.
You hear the Full House music in the background.
Yeah, it gets all sentimental for a second, and you want to cry. And he drew a picture of, there was a picture of, like, Big Ben. It was like a monster. Picture of Flo. It was like some demonic thing.
Yeah.
Then there's a picture of Mr. Healy. And
Mr. Healy.
Him and Mr. Healy, and he's smiling. And it was really a flattering picture. And he's like, and everything just stops. And he's like, he likes me. The whole time. He liked me. And you just want to melt, man.
Oh, yeah, because it's the first time Junior actually shows, like, some sort of, like, not even, emotion or...
and it's not the
person.
And it's not the last time.
No.
Because, and it kind of goes back to my theory of he just wanted a little attention, and it was getting through finally to somebody that was willing to withstand and sort of bear all of that turmoil, like it's a test or whatever. So with this new evidence, this picture, he goes after him to save Junior. I don't know how much he cares about Flo.
No, at this point, I mean.
At this point, he follows them all the way to a carnival, which is by far the best scene in the movie as a whole.
I agree.
I think. And we got like cameos by the bearded lady.
I thought we were gonna see the bearded lady. See too many of those in prison.
I love that. You call me a little kumquat. Get away from me!
I think that was only in the made-for-TV version.
Oh, really?
Said that, yeah. You told me you loved me. You said you're your little kumquat or whatever it is.
Get away from me.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was just in the TV version. Go ahead.
I can't remember. Does he lose Flo? There's some point where they hit like a road bump in the suitcase that shoves Flo,
out,
and it flies out of the car that they're riding in, and it lands in like a hog truck.
Yep.
And, so I think it's the last we see of Flo. He doesn't really, go out on a limb.
Flo always said she wanted to travel.
Yeah. And but anyway, Junior is the object of the mission here. He rescues Junior. There's a little bit of a shootout, and John Ritter gets shot. But we forgot to mention the prune.
Yeah.
So,
very important scene.
Well, throughout the movie, he's got this lucky prune.
Yeah.
Now, what's the significance of the prune?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a prune.
It's not more. But it's really hardened because he's had it for years. Anyway, he shoots him in the heart. It's in his breast pocket. He knocks him down. But when the cops and the medics go to check him out, it's okay. He hit me in the prune.
Yeah.
The prune took the bullet. So lucky prune, triumphs again, I guess. But when they think he's down, Junior shows his second moment of emotion.
Yeah.
He's like, what is he saying? Like, please don't leave me.
Yeah,
Please don't go. I love you. Daddy, I love you. Daddy.
Daddy.
I love you. Stuff like that, and then, I don't know, it's just, the tears commence.
I thought you'd keep me forever.
So, basically, we have a happy ending. He has no more flow. He has Junior.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens to Big Ben.
And Big Ben shows up in the sequel.
Yeah, well, the sequel's amazing, too,
Yeah.
by the way. We'll review that
We'll review
next.
the sequel.
Which, the sequel has my favorite scene in both the movies. The projectile vomit scene.
Yeah, it's the crazy dance scene.
It friggin' goes on for 5 minutes.
I made you barf on the crazy dance.
Well, we don't have to get into too much now,
yeah.
but it literally goes on for 5 minutes of just projectile vomiting.
That's great.
And it's hilarious. But I guess that's the end of our sporadic, random, just ranty interview.
I know. What would you grade this Problem Child film?
For nostalgic reasons, it'll probably get a little higher. What are we basing it off? 5 masks?
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to say 3.5 masks.
It's tough. I'll give it a 4.
You give it a 4?
Yeah.
Because it is really good, and it never gets old.
No, I can watch it all the time. It's one of those movies to watch on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
You're laying around, have nothing to do.
I
watch it.
We'll see how it stacks up against the second one, because the second one is kind of one of those rare flicks where it's just as good.
Yeah, I agree.
And it has just as much room, in my library.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's not on Blu-ray yet, folks. Which is
No,
a crying
we're
shame.
waiting, man.
Who knows if it'll ever get on Blu-ray at this point? I don't know.
The DVD version looks like crap, basically. It's all pixelated. It does not look good. So, but you can find it in your local $5 Walmart bin.
But do we really need high definition for a ginger's face?
I need high definition for everything.
How crisp do we need to see freckles? Am I right? All right, well, that wraps up our segment here. Check out the website, behindthemaskpresents.com, where you can see links to videos like this on our YouTube channel, as well as reviews and interviews, and any other content we're putting up regularly.
Any nostalgic films that you may want us to review, throw on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's going to be on the website as well. Register on there as well. We are open to any feedback and definitely requests. A lot of fun. All right, well, this is Goose.
And the Riverman.
Signing off, guys. Later.
See you later.